Many people believe that modern technology is defined by software, artificial intelligence, and semiconductors. However, behind almost every modern technology, there is physical materials that make these systems possible. One of the most important of these materials is copper. The copper is one of the oldest metals used by human civilization. The archaeological evidence shows that humans began using copper tools more than 5,000 years ago. When the copper was later combined with tin, it created bronze, and this alloy gave birth to the Bronze Age of human history. Thousands of years later, copper became important again during the rise of electricity. Copper has a unique property that make it extremely valuable for modern industry. The copper conducts electricity extremely well. Among widely used industrial metals, only silver has a highly electrical conductivity than copper. However, silver is far too expensive to build large-scale electrical systems. Because of this, copper became the foundation of modern electrical infrastructure. The power grids require copper, electric motors require copper, transformers require copper, transmission cables require copper as well. Without copper, modern electrical systems would be extremely difficult to build. We can see the importance of copper clearly if we examine global demand data. In 1990, global copper consumption was approximately 9 million tons. By 2024, the global copper demand had increased to more than 26 million tons. This means the global copper consumption has nearly tripled in just 3 decades. Now a major wave of industrial development has increased the copper demand. When country build a city, copper demand increases. When country build factories, the copper demand increases. When country expand the power system, copper demand increases. Today, the world is entering a new phase of industrial development. That phase is electrification. Electrification means replacing fossil fuel system with an electricity-based system. Electric vehicles are a clear example of this transformation. A typical gasoline-powered vehicle contains approximately 20 kilograms of copper. An electric vehicle often contains more than 80 kilograms of copper. And this means an electric vehicle requires roughly 4 times more copper than a conventional vehicle. Renewable energy systems also require significant amount of copper. The wind turbines require copper in generators and power conversion system. Solar power installations require copper wiring and electrical connections. Electrical transmission networks require copper cables and substations. This means the world energy transition is also copper story. However, once we understand this reality, a new question naturally emerged. If the world needs increasingly amounts of copper, then where will that copper come from? Now, which countries control the largest copper mines? And which countries influence the global copper supply chain? Throughout industrial history, resources have often shaped economic power. In the next episode, we will examine when the world's copper resources are actually located and why a small number of countries dominated global copper production.